Hello and welcome to Passive Listening. Today we're going to talk all about tomatoes. Tomatoes are one of the most common and loved foods in the world. People eat them every day in salads, sandwiches, sauces, soups, and many other dishes. They are red, round, juicy, and delicious. Some are sweet and some are a little sour. But tomatoes are not just tasty. They are also very healthy and full of important nutrients for your body. Even though many people think of tomatoes as vegetables, they are actually fruits. In science, a fruit is something that grows from the flower of a plant and has seeds inside. And tomatoes have seeds, so they are fruits. However, in cooking, people often use them like vegetables. They are not sweet like apples or bananas, but more savory. So we put them in salty dishes like pasta and pizza. There are many kinds of tomatoes. You may have seen cherry tomatoes, which are small and round, or grape tomatoes, which are shaped like grapes. Then there are plum tomatoes, which are good for making sauces, and beefsteak tomatoes, which are big and perfect for slicing. Tomatoes can be red, orange, yellow, green, or even purple. Some are soft and juicy, and some are firm and meaty. So, what do tomatoes do for your body? Well, tomatoes are packed with vitamins and minerals. They are low in calories, which means they don't make you gain weight, but they give you many good things. One tomato gives you a lot of vitamin C, which helps your immune system and keeps you from getting sick. Tomatoes also have vitamin K, which helps your blood clot normally, and potassium, which helps your heart and muscles work properly. Another important vitamin is folate, or vitamin B9, which is very important for cell growth and health. One of the most special things in tomatoes is called lycopene. Lycopene is a natural chemical that gives tomatoes their red color. But more than that, it is a powerful antioxidant, which means it helps fight damage in your body. Some studies say lycopene may help protect against heart disease and some types of cancer, like prostate cancer. Lycopene is also good for your skin and can help protect it from the sun. What's interesting is that cooked tomatoes, like in tomato sauce, have even more lycopene than raw tomatoes, because cooking helps release the lycopene from the cells. Now, let's talk about how tomatoes are grown. Tomatoes grow from seeds. People usually start by planting the seeds indoors in small containers. After a few weeks, when the small plants grow stronger, they are moved outside to the garden or farm. Tomato plants need a few important things: warm weather, lots of sunlight, water, and healthy soil. They grow best when the temperature is between 20 to 30 degrees Celsius or about 68 to 86 degrees Fahrenheit. If it gets too cold, the plants stop growing or even die. That's why tomatoes are usually grown in spring and summer. The soil needs to be rich, which means it should have enough nutrients and drain water well. Too much water can make the roots rot. The plants also need support. As they grow, they get tall and heavy, so people use sticks, cages, or strings to keep them standing. Farmers and gardeners must take care of the plants by watering them regularly, removing weeds, and sometimes using natural fertilizer to help them grow better. After about 60 to 100 days, the tomatoes start to ripen. First they are green, and then they slowly turn red or yellow, depending on the type. When the tomato is soft, shiny, and colorful, it is ready to be harvested. People can pick them by hand or use machines on big farms. Fresh tomatoes are often sold in markets, or they are sent to factories to make products like ketchup, tomato sauce, canned tomatoes, and more. Tomatoes are grown in many parts of the world. The largest producer is China, followed by India, the United States, Turkey, and Egypt. In the United States, most tomatoes are grown in California and Florida. These places have long, warm seasons with lots of sun, which is perfect for tomato farming. In Europe, countries like Italy and Spain are famous for their tomatoes and tomato-based dishes like pasta, pizza, and gazpacho. Tomatoes are not only used in food. In fact, they are also used in other ways. Some people use tomatoes in natural skincare because they are rich in lycopene and vitamins. Tomato pulp is used in face masks to help clean the skin and make it look brighter. Some people even use tomatoes to treat acne or reduce oil on the skin. Tomatoes are also used in hair masks to help make hair shiny. In addition, the acid in tomatoes can help clean surfaces, so they are used in some eco-friendly cleaning products. But are there any disadvantages of tomatoes? Yes, a few. First, tomatoes are acidic, so if you eat a lot of them, they might cause heartburn or acid reflux in some people. This means you might feel a burning feeling in your chest after eating them. Also, some people are allergic to tomatoes. They may get itchy skin, stomach problems, or even breathing trouble after eating them. These cases are rare, but they do happen. Lastly, if tomatoes are not washed properly or are grown with too many pesticides, they might not be safe to eat. So, it's important to wash your tomatoes well before eating, and if possible, buy organic ones. Now, here are some fun facts about tomatoes. Did you know that, a long time ago, people in Europe thought tomatoes were poisonous? That's true. Back then, tomatoes were new in Europe, and people didn't know much about them. They saw that tomatoes came from the nightshade family, a group of plants that include some dangerous or toxic ones, like deadly nightshade, also called belladonna, which can make people very sick or even cause death. Because tomatoes looked similar to those dangerous plants, many people were afraid to eat them. Some even believed that tomatoes could cause illness or poisoning. But later, scientists and farmers studied tomatoes more carefully. They found out that tomatoes are completely safe to eat. And not only safe, but actually very healthy and full of good nutrients. Over time, tomatoes became a very popular food in Europe and around the world. Also, did you know there are over 10,000 different types of tomatoes in the world? Some are small and sweet, perfect for salads. Others are large and firm, good for slicing. Some tomatoes are grown just for making sauces, pastes, or juice. And here's a cool world record. The heaviest tomato ever grown weighed over 3.5 kilograms, which is almost 8 pounds. That's bigger than a newborn baby. So, to summarize, tomatoes are an amazing fruit. They are tasty, healthy, and full of vitamins. They help your body in many ways. They are good for your heart, skin, and immune system. They are easy to grow if you give them sun, water, and good soil. People around the world use them in many dishes and even in beauty products. Like all foods, it's best to eat them in balance. But overall, tomatoes are a great addition to your daily meals. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed learning about tomatoes today. Keep practicing your English every day with topics like this, and you'll improve naturally over time. See you again soon.